What's up? This is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. This episode, I just want to tell you that MGTow is now going mainstream. A lot of men, they just quit dating, you know. They're not looking for partners anymore. And of course, they're not even thinking about marriage. Like me, I quit dating a long time ago. But anyway, before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name's Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small finger, string sleepy, wear them, you don't age anymore, you become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 53. See, it's still pretty good, right? Look at that. I don't have any belly fat. Look at that. No belly fat at all. If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials on my website. Most of them give me 4-star, 5-star. These are Amazon customers, okay? They give me 4-star, 5-star. Hey, if you want to look like me when you're 53, livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. But anyway, yeah, today I'm going to make a MGTow video. A lot of men are going mainstream. I mean, a lot of men are going MGTow mainstream now, you know. I think it's because of technology, you know. Everything has been brought online, you know. Like nowadays, you could just sit home. You don't need a book, you don't need newspaper, you don't need radio, you don't need TV. All you need is the internet, right? All you have to do is buy yourself a computer monitor, or even just a cell phone, even your iPhone. You can browse the whole world. You can have anything. Porn. You know, you can watch as much porn as you want because all the porns are free, right? Remember like 15 years ago, you have to pay for it, right? Like, if you want to watch porn, you gotta pay monthly membership. And they are rip-offs. You know, a lot of times you don't dare to submit your credit card number because you know they're going to rip you off, right? They're going to overcharge you. They're going to charge you without your permission. They're going to, you know, charge you by the months without your permission and stuff, you know. So, but now all the porns are free. You could go to Pornhub or Xvideo, whatever. There's billions of porn out there for you to watch, right? And then the porn is also a lot more advanced than back in the days. Because back in the days, you know, a male porn star cannot, like, carry the camera while he's fucking some girl, right? Because back in the days, you know, video cameras are huge, you know. But nowadays, you could just you could just put a, what do you call those things? GoPro, yeah. You could just put a GoPro, like, stick it on your forehead, you know, wear a hat, stick it on your forehead. And you could record. You could record, you know, your action, you know, while you're fucking her, you could just record it. You just put your camera on your forehead and you could record everything. So nowadays, porn is a lot more advanced. You know, it feels a lot more realistic when you know, you just put the GoPro, you know, the small camcorder on your forehead while you're fucking her. And it's called POV porn, right? Point of view porn, right? It's so much more realistic, you know. So nowadays, a lot of guys, they instead of dating, isn't it more convenient to just watch porn, right? And it's cleaner too, right? You know, nowadays, you know, these women, they have no restrictions, right? They go out there, they're out there dating Chads and Tyrones, and you don't know what they have. You don't know if they have HIV or they have herpes or gonorrhea. You don't know, right? Isn't it a lot more safer just, you know, stay home and watch porn? And nowadays, you could buy yourself a sex doll, you know. Now, the prices of sex dolls are dropping so low, right? You know, back in the days, I remember like 10 years ago, you buy yourself, you want to buy one of those high-quality sex dolls online, you know, on some private website. It's going to cost you like $2,000, you know, $2,000 or even $3,000. Nowadays, it's like, competition is so fierce, right? You could buy yourself a very, very high quality sex doll. I mean, I'm not talking about eBay sex doll. I'm talking about you buy some sex doll on some private website. Now, all the joints can move, you know. There's a ball joint neck bone. They have shruggable shoulders, you know, the shoulder could shrug like this, right? And it's just so advanced, you know. You could buy one of those very, very top-notch sex doll on some private website for like $800, right? All the sex dolls are like that nowadays. It's just so cheap. And don't even mention about eBay sex dolls. Those are even cheaper, like $400, $500. And you could have them custom made, to insert like heating system inside the doll body, and it's just so, I don't know. So I think a lot of guys, they just gave up dating, because it's more convenient to watch porn or to have sex with sex dolls, right? And and women, it's not like back in the days, not like in the 1950s, 1960s. Back in the days, these women, they're just different, Modern women and women from back in the days, they are very, very different. They're just a lot different, Back in the days, there's no, because everybody is, nobody has internet, right? Back in the days, there's only TV, radio, and sometimes video cassette tapes, So I guess men and women, they find company in each other, They find entertainment in each other. A man needs a woman to entertain himself, right? Like, I can imagine if I don't have the internet, like if internet never existed, right? All I can do is watch TV and listen to radio, then I get bored, right? I want to go out there and look for romance. I mean, the only way to entertain myself is to find a girlfriend or something. But you could imagine, I mean, if all you have is TV and radio, then how do I entertain myself, right? Like, I cannot watch TV like seven hours a day, right? It just doesn't make sense, right? So how do I entertain myself? Then I gotta go out there. I gotta go on the street to look for a pretty girl, right? Go out there and look for women or something, Look for women and look for romance, right? Treat some women to I don't know, eat dinner or eat lunch, right? I mean, that's the only way, and that's the only way for women to entertain themselves. You can imagine if there's only TV and radio, right? There's no online dating. There's no Instagram, no Facebook, no Tinder, nothing. So women would take you more seriously. Like if you bump into a woman, like you're like her next door neighbor or something, and you bump into her, she's gonna take you a lot more seriously, right? She wouldn't care if you're too short or if you're not as handsome. Or you don't earn that much money, you just earn regular salary, you're not rich. She doesn't care. As long as you can entertain her, as long as you could take her out, both of you have a nice time, go out and eat something, go watch a movie or something and be acquainted and get romantic. As long as you could do that, she would settle down with you. She married to you, she would marry you, she would have kids with you and stuff like that, right? But nowadays, it's like, because, women, they have everything. They got the internet. They got chats and Tyrone on their fingertip, right? All they have to do is swipe left, swipe right, swipe, swipe, swipe. She can see a whole bunch of chats and Tyrones, right? And suddenly, you're not that interesting anymore. Suddenly, you're her next door neighbor, so what? She doesn't give a shit, She doesn't care. You're not 6 feet tall. You don't have 6-figure income, right? You don't have the 6-pack abs. She doesn't give a shit about you, right? So I think the technology is basically turning everyone cold, Women have chats and Tyrone on their fingertip now, right? So they don't pay attention to you anymore. They don't pay attention to the next door neighbor anymore. They don't do that anymore, And for men, like someone like me, I have porn and sex doll on my fingertip, right? Like, I could always go buy another sex doll on eBay or go to a private website, a few $100s. It's not a big deal, right? I could always purchase one. I already have one, so I'm not gonna go out there and. You could imagine every time if I see a sex doll I like, I buy it. Ugh. I have no place to put them. I have one. I have no place to put extra sex dolls. So. But I could watch as much porn as I want, right? So, that's the reason why I also lost interest in women, And actually, one thing good about porn is actually, because there are so many women on these Pornhub on Pornhub or Xporn or these porno websites, right? I don't know how many videos they have. There's like billions of videos or something, and there's so many porn stars. I don't even know how many porn stars there are nowadays. Back in the days, you could count. You know, few famous porn stars you could actually count. You know, and you know their names and shit. Nowadays, it's Jesus. When you go to a porno website, there's like I don't know how many porn stars. Like nowadays, every girl wants to be a fucking porn star. There's like millions of them. I lost count. I don't know how many porn stars there are nowadays. You know, they come in all shape and sizes. You know, all race. You know, and all ages. You know, some of them are fat. Some of them are super skinny. You know, they're just like. So it's like, I don't know. It's actually, I think it's better to watch porn and just masturbate. You know, because you can imagine you don't want to fuck the same person every day, right? Do you want to fuck the same person every day? Even if your wife is the prettiest woman in the whole world, right? You have the sexiest and prettiest girl in the whole fucking world, right? Would you want to fuck her every day? Of course not. I mean, it's boring, isn't it, to fuck the same person every day? So I actually think that in some cases, porno is actually better than real women, you know? Because you could switch. Every day you could switch your taste. Oh, yesterday you used this porno video, right? Tomorrow you could use another porno video of, totally different actress, right? Totally different porn star. So, I don't know. It just... And nowadays it's because women... just like what I said, they have Chats and Tyrone on their fingertip, right? Swipe left, swipe right, and they could always find a whole bunch of Chats and Tyrones. And these simps, every morning she opened up her cell phone, right? She opened up her iPhone, and you see a whole bunch of simps kissing her ass. Oh, hello, beautiful, hello, queen, how are you this morning, and shit like that. I don't even know this motherfucker. It's like, the girl doesn't even know who this motherfucker is. And then he's already, like, saying hello to the girl. Every morning there's like simps, kissing her ass, make her feel so good. She doesn't need you anymore, right? She doesn't care who the fuck you are. She doesn't need you anymore. It's not like back in the 1950s, a girl would just marry the next door neighbor, like, yeah, because the next door neighbor, that boy is sweet, he's cute, I'll just marry him. I don't care how much money he earns. I don't care if he's not tall. I don't care if he's not rich. I'll just marry him because he's sweet to me. It's not like it's not like the 1950s. Nowadays, women, they have so much options. They open up their iPhone. These Chats and Tyrone's already lined up, waiting for her. So. And guys have so much options. They got their sex dolls, they got their porno videos, and they have games, right? Online games. Nowadays, you could just download some. You could use emulation software, right? You just download some games. You could download PlayStation games. You could download, arcade games from these different websites, right? And then you could just play it on your own computer. Nowadays, games are worthless. There are so many games, so many different games. And very, very realistic and exciting games. You could just play forever, So, I don't know. Entertainment is so worthless nowadays. That's the reason why romance is no longer... Guys are no longer looking for romance, Because romance is... Honestly speaking, romance is only a source of entertainment for guys. Romance is nothing but entertainment, right? And now all the entertainment is so abundant, so cheap. You could watch porn for free. You could download games for free. You can watch a lot of videos too. A lot of movies are free now, right? Or you pay a small premium. You pay like $10 a month or to $20 a month on Amazon Prime or Netflix, and you can watch unlimited movies or TV shows. And just, I don't know, entertainment is so abundant nowadays that Guys are no longer looking for romance, you know. Like me, I don't even need to go out there anymore. All I need is the internet. I'm sitting here most of the time watching, I don't know, watching different videos and shit, right? And it's just I'm hooked on YouTube. So it's like, why would a guy like me go out there and look for romance? What for? Romance is expensive. You know, these women nowadays, they're so picky, right? They got Chad and Tyrone lined up on their phone, you waiting to fuck her, you know, and they're so picky. So romance is very, very expensive nowadays. You want to, you know, she expects so much out of you. You want to date somebody, it's going to cost you a lot of money, you know. And one thing bad about dating nowadays is that these women, because they have, just like what I said, they have Chads and Tyrones waiting for them, right? When they open their phone, whole bunch of Chads and Tyrones and simps, you know, kissing her ass. So if you want to date her, you know how she feels? She feels like, hey, I'm doing you a favor. I'm going out with a bum like you because I'm doing you a favor, you know? So if you want to date me, then you gotta take me to a very, very fancy place. You gotta take me to very expensive places, and she might even bring her friends and just make you pay a lot of money, and it's just, I don't know. And then guess what? After she's done eating, she's gonna go home and she's gonna talk about you on her TikTok. She might have a TikTok channel, and she's gonna go home and she's gonna go, oh my god, guys, I just came from a date. I just came from a date with this guy, and the guy is a fucking asshole. Or she's gonna say something about you, and it just, I don't know. She's gonna say, oh my god, I just had a strangest date. I just had a horrible date, you know, a dating nightmare. She might just come home and just talk shit about you, and it's just, I don't know. You know, make a fool out of you, you know. And it's just, I don't know. It's not fun. It's not fun. You know, and it's so it's like nowadays, you take out some girl for a date, and all she wants to do is make fun of you. You know, all she wants to do is to make a clown out of you, and it's just, it's not what people expect. You know, it's not like back in the 1950s, 1960s. Everybody's serious back in the days. You know, just like what I said back in the days when there's no internet. You know, the only source of entertainment is TV and radio. Okay, then, you know, when a girl goes out on a date with you, she's going to take you seriously. She's going to treat you like, oh yeah, you know, this could be my future husband. She's going to treat you seriously, you know. You know, while she's watching the movie with you, she's going to think in her heart that, yeah, this guy right here could be my future husband. So I better be very nice to him, right? You take her out on the date, take her to the movies. Even if the movie sucks, she's not going to blame you. You know, like modern women, if the movie sucks, hey, you know what, that's it. The guy's an idiot, you know, took me to the wrong movie. That's it. I don't want to see this guy ever again. Yeah, just because she didn't like the movie, you know. But, yeah, back in the days, girls wouldn't do that. Back in the days when, you know, when you go out with a girl, she takes you seriously because you could be her future husband. You know, that's how girls back in the day think, you know. So she's not going to blame you if the movie sucked, right? And if you take her to a restaurant and, you know, you buy her, like, cheap stuff, you know, like just take her to a fast food restaurant, buy her a few sandwiches, she's not going to blame you. In fact, she's going to think, well, you know, he's a sweet guy, although he's not rich. He's a sweet guy. You know, I don't mind. I don't mind eating the sandwich that he just bought me. I don't mind, you know. Back in the days, girls are a lot sweeter. They're a lot more serious. They are serious back in the days, you know. Nowadays, no. She has so much option on her iPhone. Chads and Tyrone's waiting to meet her, waiting to fuck her. And then they lost their body count now. You know, nowadays, girls are unrestricted, right? So she could go out there and fuck anybody she wants, right? And nobody would say anything. Nobody would call her out, you know. Nobody is gonna, you know, call her out. So she could go out there and fuck anybody she wants, and she lost her body count, and so you're just another bozo. You're just another sucker, you know. Take her out, and and she wants to eat nice food. And then nowadays, see, girls are like this. You want to take her out. She wants to eat nice food. Like expensive. You got to take me somewhere expensive. And the movie cannot fail. The movie cannot suck. Okay, if the movie sucked, I don't like you anymore. I'll block you. That's how they are nowadays. So I don't know. It's getting riskier and riskier to date somebody nowadays. That's the reason why a lot of guys, they just, like me, they just resort to only porn and sex dolls. They don't go out anymore because it's actually more convenient and it's safer too. You know, see, if you fuck your own sex doll, she's not gonna have HIV, right? She's not gonna have herpes, right? Like if you kiss a girl, all you have to do is kiss a girl, and she got oral herpes. She has herpes in her mouth, and you kiss her. Next thing you know, you have oral herpes. And what the fuck are you gonna do, right? And there are lots of cases that, some guy killed a girl because the girl gave her HIV, right? There are a lot of murder cases because girl gave a guy HIV, right? And the guy got angry and fucking go to her house and murder her. There are some cases like that. You don't want that to be you, right? Yeah. But anyway, hey, that's all I want to say for this episode. See you guys later.